The Sentai Review, episode 168, the first Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. Welcome to the Turtle Review, dudes! This is going to be totally awesome. We're going to be talking about the Turtles movie and... Oh, wait, this is the Sentai Review. Never mind.
It's true. It's not,
Very true.
It's not what he just called it. It's something different, Shane.
Yeah, it's not the Turtle Review. My mistake.
Sentai stuff. That's what we do here.
Technically, those were guys in suits, so Sentai.
Nope.
No.
But we had to cover these guys because of the Turtles crossing over with the Power Rangers.
Yep.
Guys in suits.
Nope.
I saw Donatello's mouth. There's a guy in there.
Hold on. Which time?
Dude,
Which time?
the time where...
It happens with Don all the fucking time. I kept seeing the dude's eyes and
But
mouth.
it's the one. It's the one where he's standing next to April in the doorway.
Yeah.
That's
the one in the doorway.
That's the creepy. That's the creepiest
Shit,
one.
right off the bat, at the start, when they first jump out in the sewers, I seen that dude's fucking mouth.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck? And then I started watching Don, and I was like, I keep seeing this guy.
Well, the
one scene can't be unseen.
Dude, I know it was coming.
I've seen it once with Mikey, never with Leo, and I think I seen it with Raph once, but I was in debate whether to say whether or not I actually seen it.
Fair enough.
Well, when I saw it, I know it was coming when he's standing in the doorway and he does that laugh when he puts his head up, and you see the guy's eyes, and man, I don't know why, but I jumped for a second. I was like, fuck, that's creepy as fuck.
No, literally, like, as I'm watching the movie to take notes, like, that was the first fucking thing I did, is I'm watching, okay, pause, rewind a bit, okay, if I can write down a couple notes, okay, pause, rewind a bit, okay, rewatch, and pause, rewind. And as I paused, as Donnie's like, Bossa Nova! And they were like, what? He, like, leans his head back to be like, and you could see it. And I was like, rewind, screenshot. What do you mean I can't take a screenshot? God damn it, YouTube.
Awesome. Yeah, man, okay, so for anybody that doesn't know, it is a very different monster. Like, you guys can just watch a movie and talk about it, okay? That's a thing you can do. It is not the same monster that we have going on here. Like, when you do reviews properly, you're supposed to watch the movie and take notes. That way, even if you don't use the notes, you've got it in your head more amply what you should be thinking about, talking about. Mm-hmm. And what happens is oftentimes you need to watch these things. If you're going to actually analyze them, you need to watch them 2, 3, 4, 5 times, or you need to watch it. And as soon as you catch something, pause it, possibly rewatch that moment. Mm-hmm. So it's a very different thing. Like, this hour-and-a-half movie can turn into
3 to 4 hours.
Yes, easily.
Which is why it took me a while to get through almost half of it.
Yep. Yeah, it's a very different monster when you actually sit down to analyze these films.
Yep.
And speaking of which, we are here because Saban decided that the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles needed to clash swords with the frickin' Space Rangers. And from as far as the information at my disposal, what I've been able to dig up, the first 3 movies supposedly happened, but kind of happened and might not have happened, and somehow,
alternate reality version.
Yeah, somehow, and we're gonna talk a lot about it when we get to
towards the third one and on.
Turtles 3. When we get to that stupid movie, we'll talk about how it's very possible that the 3 movies happened and didn't happen.
Shake your head all you want, Shane. Just think about it. This is an excuse to literally rip apart something that you hate.
Oh my God.
You love ripping apart shit you love. Think of how just amazing it'll be to be like, oh, hey, you see this thing? It's a 0. Throw it on my list. Now you could go through and be like, you see this thing? It's a 0. Here's why it is on my list. The first minute and 32 seconds in, dumb shit, and just fucking go from there. Just piece by piece, second by second, frame by frame.
In the first minute, the turtles showed up, and then it was over with.
He says in the first minute and 30 seconds, dumb shit. Click off, love it. So, as is customary with us, we are going to go through the entire movie in chronological order, and we're going to try to make stops and go back, and it's going to be a mess, because all of us have notes and different things we're going to talk about.
Probably different notes at different points.
Exactly,
Right.
but we will get through this the same as we always do. Reploid Bill, William Bush.
Seth Levelsario.
Scott Action Jackson.
Jim McCree, proto guy.
And I just realized we sat perfectly, so that just went clockwise.
Know which way the clock turns!
Hey guys, I know you're about to get your podcast on, so I'll be quick. If at any time you feel like dropping your own opinion into what we're talking about, head on over to fandomnight.com, and all of the contact information for every single one of our shows, including the one you're about to watch, is there. Alright guys, I'll leave you alone.
Okay, so here we are.
Oh man, the good old days of fucking, what was it? It was, the original, Reploid no, it wasn't even Reploid Productions at that time. It was,
It was still considered to be Legacy of Gaming or The Chairs.
yeah.
I think I might have the
Man, that was all shit.
first note.
What is it? Does it got to do with the movie?
Just prior to the movie.
Okay.
New Line Cinema. Even though the movie was made by Golden Harvest, how long did it take them?
There's a reason. There is a legitimate reason. From what I understand, I guess it's He-Man's fault.
Because I know that they did actually film a lot of it originally. They just couldn't get picked up by any company until New Line.
Evidently, they filmed almost this entire movie with the idea that it was gonna be huge. Because why wouldn't it be? It's Turtles, right? And right now, that's one of the biggest cash cows on the planet. But then, one of the largest toy ideas in all of creation made a movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it fucking bombed. Because no matter how great he is, the supporting cast was so bad that it pulled the greatness of Dolph down, and the movie flopped. That's what happened.
Yep.
Oh.
It's
It's written in history.
There were
Yep.
You
interviews.
can read about it in school.
There were interviews and stuff.
It's like, no.
No, they interviewed Dolph Lundgren, and they were like, "Yeah, I'm so great that they pulled me down. That's why it flopped." And
It's true. They even asked him not to use the sword as much as he was supposed to, because he could have accidentally cleaved the planet in half, and it would have been a fucking catastrophe.
Yeah.
So they had him shooting guns and shit.
That's the reason why Dolph Lundgren ended up being the Punisher in the original, 1970s and 1980s, whatever the
I think
fuck
it
it
was
was,
like
Punisher.
87, 85
Yeah.
for that Punisher movie.
Yeah.
89.
That's because all they literally had to do was just say, "Your name is Frank Castle. We're just going to film you going through a normal day."
so you want to bring the death of my family into this?
So you're gonna kill my family so
Yeah.
you can be this Punisher.
That was
Yeah.
amazing. That was fucking amazing.
We haven't done Facts of the Dolphin forever. Come on, man.
That's an everyday.
So look, that's really what happened. Was that movie flopped, and basically every fucking company said, "Oh shit," and dropped immediately. All these different companies that were interested in the Turtles movies were like, boom, and they were just fucking gone. So, in order to make up for it, it was basically an independent film that was riding on the aspect of saying, "Hey, we're making Turtles," and then Pepsi would be like, "Oh well, that's going to make a lot of money, put us in it." "Hey, we're making Turtles." And JVC was like, "That's going to make a lot of money, put us in it." So they have all these fucking
Domino's Pizza.
sponsors.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, they have all these sponsors that can't fucking wait to be a part of the Turtles. But then you've got to find somebody to actually put the film out. And they start looking around and everybody's like, "No. Hell no, even. Because did you see what fucking happened?" And they were like, "Well, that's different. This movie, I'm telling you, it's really good." And they're like, "No, hell no." But New Line Cinema was still a relatively new company.
Yep.
Hadn't done much. Didn't know much. And knew they needed something to really they needed that cash cow money grabber now.
Yep, and nobody else wanted it.
Nobody wanted it.
And
it's a lot like Star Wars. Nobody wanted it. So Fox said, the only reason Star Wars even got fucking made was because just so happened that on the day that George went to Fox, the dude that interviewed him liked American Graffiti.
Yep.
That's it. It's the only reason it got made. He said, he read it and he said, look, I don't understand anything about this. He's like, space and fucking Wookiees and robots and shit. He says, quite honestly, sci-fi films, they don't do well. This is probably doomed to failure, but I'm going to be honest with you. I loved American Graffiti. Whatever you do is fine with me.
Yep.
And that's it. That's the only reason it fucking got made. And it just so happens that Turtles kind of falls into the same category.
Yep.
These guys were new. And just think if it works.
Yep.
Just think if it works.
I wonder if that was the same thing behind New Line doing Blade. Or if it would have been similar.
It could have been
a possibility because, considering the fact that, again, most of these other companies, like Bill said, they already have their fucking minds made up because He-Man fucking flopped. We're not doing anything based off of a toy line. And literally they would have said...
comics, get the fuck out of Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. And literally they could have said, oh, it's got a toy line? Well, He-Man, they would have been like, well, yeah, but that's different. He-Man is just He-Man. He's a toy that they need to make something out of. All we have is a comic book, and they told us to make a cartoon so we can market toys. And they were like, wait, it's a comic book? Yeah. Fuck it, we'll classify it as a comic book movie. Moving on. Sometimes that's all it takes.
But yes, you
One person
technically
listening.
have like the first note because it basically almost did not get made.
I didn't even know that part. So
yeah, I remember hearing stuff about I just didn't know how long of a time frame it was until New Line signed on.
Yep.
So.
If you want to get super technical, you might be able to classify Turtles as the most successfully profitable independent film ever made up until around like the Blair Witch Project happened. Because love it or hate it, that movie changed independent filming forever.
And with a shaky camera.
Yeah.
Oh, it made that famous.
Yeah, it made it
famous.
famous.
It made it famous,
It literally
Which
made
is the reason why every fucking horror movie nowadays has to have fucking shaky handy cam. Just go to Walmart, buy an $80 camera
Problem is,
and
I
fucking
feel
walk
that
around.
that only works for the setting that the Blair Witch had.
Right, but it did make it possible for everyone and anyone that happened to have a phone or a camera.
Yep. That's why
Cloverfield.
Yeah.
And not only that, but have you ever seen Chronicles?
Uh-huh.
That was filmed entirely.
And then, the
Paranormal Activities.
Yeah. And for what it's worth, I watched the Blair Witch during my Halloween season. I actually liked the movie. I don't know.
I like the Blair Witch, the first one. We don't talk about the second one.
Oh, it's so bad.
It's not even. No, it's so god awful.
It's unbelievably
It's got a few nice
bad.
tits, but
It's got a few nice tits.
I know what. I can't
Look, if you want Blair Witch with nice tits, go find the porn parody.
I can't believe I'm going to say this, but nice tits does not fix your movie.
I know,
right?
It so doesn't. Oh man. Okay. See most 90s action films for reference.
Right.
That part where she showed her boobs, awesome.
The shit.
Movie's garbage.
Most 80s action films as well.
No joke. So I've got so I looked it up because we already had this discussion before. Raphael is the actor inside of the cab that spots Raphael rolling over the cab.
Yep.
I also figured out that all four turtles do show up in the movies.
Mm-hmm.
Leonardo appears as one of the gang members at the end scene.
Mm-hmm.
When they're in the warehouse. He's standing right behind the dude that's talking.
Yep.
The guy in the white shirt.
Oh, yeah.
The Sam
Rockwell's character,
Yes, him.
Yeah.
The guy who talks to April, the Foot Clan, the Foot Soldier, that's Donatello.
Yeah.
You talking about the one in the subway?
That slaps her across the face, yes.
Yes, that's Donatello.
Oh, that's Donnie slapped her.
Right.
On a side note, cutting off from that real quick before we go to the other turtles, where the Foot is living, they live in the East Side factory on Lairdman Island.
Eastman, Leonard.
Yeah. Eastman and Laird.
Laird.
Oh! Fuck, the guys who made the comics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why that's so unbelievably relevant, and I never caught it when I was a kid.
I obviously never caught it until you just said something.
I didn't catch it until he told us about it earlier. I was like, oh shit.
Yep. The guy that delivers the pizza, that's Michelangelo.
Yep.
And
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
Yep.
So we've named all 4 turtles, but then something I didn't know that Seth found is Master Splinter makes an appearance as well.
You know when they go back to the lair and they find everything's broken? And that one dude, like, holding the umbrella and his groceries fucking looks and kind of stares at that Splinter.
That's Splinter.
I thought the Splinter costume was more of a puppet.
It is.
It
but
is.
That's the main guy.
That's the voice actor. I mean, the guy who was the voice of Splinter.
I think he's the main operator. It's the guy. It's also the guy that does
Kevin
Elmo.
Clash. Kevin Clash was the puppeteer and voice of
Splinter. Okay.
On top of that, just for interesting reference, the dude that will then later play Kino in the second movie, he was Donatello's stunt double in costume.
Yep.
Okay.
Which explains the reason why he's there.
Okay, that makes sense. I knew about the Raphael one because you told me about that one. Leonardo. I didn't know about the Leonardo or Donatello.
He's real easy to miss. He's the easiest guy in the
movie. And obviously, I did not realize that the foot. The one Foot Clan that had a lot of dialogue while in costume, not while they're out of the costume.
Right.
I think it was like a different voiceover for the
Right, I did not realize that was Donnie.
Yeah. And then at the same time, the guy who...
a message.
Yeah.
Shut it.
I love how he puts his hand down, and she's like...
She's even looking in his hand like there's nothing there.
And then whap! And it's that's on you, dumb bitch.
That's on you, dumb bitch.
Somebody holds out their hand, and then they open it, there's nothing there. Duck, run, move, something. Fucking
shut it. I love when that's one of my favorite scenes is when he's like, oh, shit. Shut it.
Yeah.
Dude, that was
and
so
then, cause Leo even makes, his actor even makes another appearance because, after, Tatsu ends up beating the shit out of that one dude.
Yeah.
I can't remember if, he's the one who's on the floor that's basically dead, or
is he the one that's over him?
I think it might be the guy that stands over him.
Okay.
I can't remember which one it is.
Okay.
Because literally all that is, he stands there like, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay, you're gonna be okay. And looks up at him like, fucking really? And then realizes who it is, and he's like, oh wait, never mind. Sorry. I don't need an ass whooping like this either.
So, right off the bat, we know that this movie takes specific liberties and it changes certain elements.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So put that out there. It's pulling from both the cartoon and the comic book and creating its own continuity. We know this because right off the bat, April O'Neil is working for Channel 6 instead of working for Baxter Stockman.
Channel 3.
Right.
Technically, yeah, this is Channel 3.
Yep. Yeah, because you get the start of the movie, she's talking, she's on TV, and she's like, April O'Neil, Channel 3 News.
And was it Channel 3 in the original comics, or was it Channel 6 or Channel 9?
She didn't work for the news.
Yeah.
She works for Baxter Stockman as a lab assistant.
Who obviously is not in this movie.
Right.
Unless they snuck him in and I did not notice.
We'll also come across information later that tells us that they're going to April's old farm. I believe in the comic books it was Casey's old farm.
Okay.
Yep.
So that's another little thing like that. And there's little things like that, like also when they change a certain massive they change something huge that bothers me to this day. Deals with Leonardo and Raphael.
Yep.
You know what it is, god damn it.
Right, that's better.
So,
I'm sorry, but you said in the comic books that everything that happens in these movies that happens to Raph happens to Leo.
Seems to.
Yep.
Well, Leo also got his ass whooped by a whole bunch of Foot Clan, so he's no better than Raph.
Okay.
Oh, and when they fought the Shredder, they all got their ass kicked. He's no better than fucking Leo. Leo's no better.
I got to know about that too.
Oh, that good.
Who got that good hit and had the most screen time and most confrontation with the Shredder?
Oh, well, that's because Raph was part of the whole fucking movie. He had all that screen. He was the fucking guy in the trench coat. He was the one that Casey Jones hit really, really hard in the face with the fucking hockey stick.
Hockey stick?
I think it was a hockey stick. It was a golf
It was
club.
time for cricket, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Cricket. I don't know much about
Cricket. You gotta know what a crumpet is to understand cricket.
And he fucking hits him, and he goes, "Ooh!" And that's like that fucking motion he does is the same one that Tatsu guy when he got hit with the fucking with glove. He's like,
one wood.
"Whoa!"
Yeah.
Okay, so starting out, we get the news report.
Actually, we start out with a view of New York.
Yeah.
Yeah, the news report.
And in this case, still today, they didn't cut out the World Trade Center. Not like they do with other movies.
Because
It should always be this way, and it will.
I honestly believe that if you do it, it's insensitive. I understand it. I understand that it's a shitty. It was a shitty day.
Yeah.
But no, let's remember the past. You know, you gotta remember. You have to have memories of it. Because later generations, man, they ain't gonna know what the fuck that was.
Right.
You know, unless
they'll
they
hear about it.
They'll hear about it, but they won't know what it actually. Because like I said, when it happened, I didn't even know what it was.
It's like Pearl Harbor.
Yeah.
One day, a bunch of people fucking flew planes and blew people up, and then we went to war. No, there was more to it than that, but when you give a brief history like that, you're not going to go with you're not going to teach people the proper what is it? The proper meaning of the old saying. Those who do not learn from the past are doomed to repeat it.
Yep.
If you don't know what the fuck happened, guess what's going to happen?
It's just gonna
Same fucking mistakes.
So we start with the news report, and then we move on to the parking lot where we get our first.
Well, I have something. Okay, it's part of the whole when she's talking in the beginning.
Yeah, I got some stuff in there too.
That woman that's sitting on the fire escape.
I said this is going to be a jumbled mess.
Yeah.
The woman that's sitting on the fire escape.
Oh,
watching TV. Now, okay, listen, I've never been to New York, and I've never climbed a New York fire escape. But I have to know, when she turns her back, and that dude's like, one fucking hand, he just smashes that TV, and climbs down the fuck, no.
He didn't climb down, though. Technically, he jumped his
Well,
head
I don't, because they don't really, because they don't show you how high she is until she looks down, and that kid's like,
I'm fucking ass.
I'm sorry, I've never been on a fire escape, so I don't know how easy it is to snatch TV and run.
Dude,
but I always found that scene weird.
He took it with one hand. It wasn't connected to any kind of power cord, which means it was like a battery-operated TV. Which, this is the 90s, all right? It was a tiny battery-operated TV, which, what did that take? Like 12 AA? Like fucking 12 Ds?
Yeah.
It's got rabbit ears on it.
a computer monitor.
Yeah.
This is the fucking early 90s.
We just got out of the 80s.
Yeah.
This is 1990.
This is the early 90s. She's watching a TV outside with no power cord connected to it.
Smaller than Bill's laptop.
That's not rechargeable. There's not like, that's not a thing.
No.
Okay? So that means that her TV was running on heavy ass D batteries. Like what? Fucking 12 of them bitches?
Now, you saw how fast that theft happened, right?
Yes, it did, because it was perfect.
What about that truck? That had all that...
That truck was
all the
hardcore.
packages. It's
but that's probably 100 ninjas. It actually...
I was going to say, it better be 100 ninjas each grabbing a box, because it's like, you go over, sign something, come back.
Yeah, that's 100. That's 100
How
ninjas.
to get what
listen,
fast?
that one is, because like I said,
I guess they might just swap vans.
But that one also can be a little bit more easily explained as well. If Dumbass knew that he had to drop off all of these boxes and he's going down one street, he moves all the boxes to the back, so all he's got to do is walk up, pick up the box, go deliver it. So technically, we're automatically assuming that the box is about twice as big as this room. We're assuming it to be a Metal Gear truck from Metal Gear on the fucking NES, where you walk in and it's the size of a studio apartment.
And then it's loaded all the way to the back.
Yeah, he could literally, it could only be a handful of fucking boxes where, much like me and Bill moving my ass yesterday, you get some that are heavy, you get some that are light. If you get a light one, you can grab 2 or 3 boxes and fucking run.
Here's the problem. We know that it's the Foot Clan stealing shit. We know.
They got
and recruits that are trying to, impress the Shredder.
I was about to say
yes
and no. Technically, they're supposed to be, in quotes, purple dragons.
Right.
No,
they're
they're not.
They're the
No,
Foot.
they're not.
It's the Foot.
That's the Foot. There is a nod to the purple dragons.
Fair enough.
But the TV theft is a kid.
Yeah.
My shit. I just found that fucking weird. I mean, like I said, I've never been on a fire escape. I don't live in New York where they're fucking on every goddamn block.
And she was at like the very edge of the fire escape. So how
actually she was on like the very back edge, and the TV was closer to the other edge.
That's what I'm getting at. She took up the whole fire escape. So somehow this kid was on the edge, the other edge of her fire escape, reached out, took her TV, and just like, just let himself drop 4 stories onto the ground.
Because when she looks
so the
down,
kid can survive a fall like that better than the Shredder.
Yes.
Yes.
That kid has earned the right to wear the dragon doji. That's the kid! That's the kid in the ceremony!
Yeah.
On that TV! And he said only effort, discipline, loyalty, beast-ass TV stealing earned the right to wear the dragon doji.
Dude, that makes so much sense. But at the same time, Shredder didn't die in the fall.
It does, but only because technically speaking, it's a deleted scene as to why that kid actually got the fucking bandana.
Yeah, there was like a face-off or a sparring or whatever.
Basically, because it's something where you'd have to go into the culture shock that I shared with you guys like a while back, where Gaijin Goomba actually sat down and even pointed it out. He goes, it's a deleted scene when they roll out the carpet. Like, there's an actual scene transition where, like, the screen kind of goes black for, like, 2 seconds and then it cuts over to, like, Shredder standing there. Technically, that's because when they rolled out the carpet, Shredder sits down in the center of the carpet and takes on, like, 3 or 4 of the top students who are, like, trying to become Foot and literally beats the shit out of all of them except for one dude. The one dude actually gets, like, 2 hits off on Shredder, and then Shredder, like, knocks his ass to the ground and then fucking calls the match, and he's like, this dude landed 2 hits, he gets to wear the bandana.
They kind of did that in the fucking Michael Bay movie, the first one, where the Shredder's in the shadows and he's fighting people.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
The reason it was cut was because they did not want to reveal what kind of master he really was until the end of the movie.
Yep.
They wanted you to anticipate what he was about.
Like his fighting style.
Yeah, but when you first see the Shredder, you're thinking, dude, this guy looks fucking goofy as shit. You're the leader? Okay, whatever. That Tatsu guy, he seems fucking...
I've actually always been under the impression that the Shredder in the first movie looks very cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and give him a fucking...
No, okay.
Aside from his industrial garbage can, fucking garbage bag cape...
Yeah.
If you remove his industrial garbage bag cape, I think he's
what
very
I'm
cool
getting
looking.
what I'm getting at is like you're fucking okay. Yeah, we're all wearing ninja outfits in New York and shit. But when a guy walks up with a purple fucking shirt on and fucking weird helmet, okay, he stands out a little bit.
His samurai helmet with his purple shirt.
Yeah, like first off, dude, your colors are clashing. You know?
As Jack used to say, nobody respects your purple socks, Bill. Because in Soul Calibur, I made the purple socks man, so if you destroyed my armor, I would wear only purple socks.
Yep. Yep, I remember that one.
Do you have anything else during the theft thing?
Hold on, because my thing should...
Because I got something with April leaving the news station. So.
I mean, the closest thing to that is when everybody's, like, dropping off packages and they're, like, sorting through the boxes. You could clearly tell how old school this is because literally they're eating fucking like Burger King Whoppers in the old styrofoam fucking container, and I was like, damn, I haven't seen those in a long time.
Damn, this movie's nearly 30 years old. That's
right. God, it is hardcore.
Technically, it's 28 years old.
Yeah, it's true.
So with April. Do you have something before April leaving the news station or not?
No, because that is literally my next note is that the yellow banana raincoat wearing bitch is scared of rats.
No, I just got the yellow raincoat, and it's like, sorry, but your tits aren't as big as the cartoon April.
Oh, not even close. But to be fair, they'd have had to hire Dolly Parton to
Yeah.
And I can't see her playing April O'Neil with that thick southern accent.
Oh my god.
Unless she gets voiced over.
Right. Shredder was voiced over, and all 4 turtles were voiced over.
Yep.
Because if you ever get a chance to watch the preview, the trailer.
Oh,
for the movie,
Mikey at the end is really voiced over.
Everybody sounds bad. Like you're listening to the Shredder talk and everything like that, and you're like, no wonder nobody wanted to pick this up.
Yeah.
Like they heard it and they were like, we're gonna have to redub and voice act the whole fucking movie.
It could be difficult to talk in the mask. You know, maybe not as much. I mean, like the turtles, you know, they got those big fucking.
You just have to hear him, dude. The guy that does it for the trailer. Mikey and everybody, like they're doing their lines, and it just sounds bad. Like this is a movie that needed that voice acting badly.
I was going to say, when the Shredder takes off his mask, is it the same guy voicing him again or not?
That guy is the same situation as Darth Vader as far as I could tell, because the dude that's talking in the trailer does not sound like that guy.
Okay.
Or every word he said was put through a hell of a fucking audio effect.
Okay.
Fuck.
But at that point when they get out there, that, as far as I could tell, those guys, they're not Foot.
Yeah, the kids that are stealing from the news van is like, wait. You kids are taking a while to steal from the news van when somebody else just stole a TV monitor really fast,
Yes.
and some other guys stole a bunch of
They're
deliveries.
recruits, aren't they?
No,
No, they're just
not.
regular thugs.
Yeah.
They have nothing to do with the Foot, nothing to do with thugs.
So, are
They're a
these the Purple
secondary
Dragons?
group
The
moving
purple-
on territory.
Purple.
Those are the Purple Dragons. The very first fight the Turtles ever have is in an
Oh.
alley in the dark against some punk asses called the Purple Dragons.
Yep.
And
Then,
it just so happens that was their first battle.
then we see
I think that's a hardcore...
we see April getting mugged and shit, and it looks like other things are about to
Well,
happen.
are you sure though? Because with the news van itself, though, I could have sworn that fucking Sam Rockwell's character was there, making them part of like the group that's training to become Foot.
No, I don't
And
think we
then-
see another one of those actors the whole movie. Because that
Okay.
guy that gets down and says, bad timing, he doesn't show up again.
Right.
Okay, no, fair enough.
So then when that was
And also, he was going for like a knife or something,
Yeah.
wasn't he?
I
And none of the
think,
None of the Foot guys do that shit until they're in mask. None of the
Right.
punk kids.
Unless the Sam Rockwell character ended up going to the Foot, so...
No, that's
no,
Sam
because
Rockwell is
everybody
not
there
the guy
got
to start
fucking
the movie.
arrested. So yeah,
Yeah, they're all arrested.
It must have been the guy who dressed similar
and
to him.
then
yeah, possibly.
and then we see that a sai gets thrown and the greatest turtle comes out first. I'm sorry.
In the
I didn't
silence,
see
I
it.
found the original trailer. Would you like to hear the original trailer real quick?
Why not? Go ahead.
Okay.
Is that gonna pick you up? Put it in my. That's the Shredder.
Here.
Rewarding ourselves and punishing our enemies. We've been looking for you, Miss O'Neill.
Even that's different.
Yeah.
That's a deleted scene. That too.
Uh-huh.
We will punish these creatures. What the heck was that? Looked like sort of a big turtle in a trench coat.
Mortal Kombat! Oh, wait.
Awesome!
Mm-hmm.
I love being a turtle!
Yeah.
I told you.
A lot of
Every
voiceover.
single person in that movie, except for like the normal guys, like Chief Stearns and
Or
shit,
April O'Neil or Casey Jones.
had to literally be voiceovered.
Now,
Yep.
with their first battle, this is their first battle, and Raphael's the one who leaves a weapon behind. So does that make him the most reckless of the group?
This is incredibly important.
Yep.
It's incredibly important. And I'm telling you, I knew that you guys would be looking more at the aesthetics, so I purposely went out of my way to constantly watch for hand motions, eye motions, little things that would give us more in-depth into
Or
the
maybe,
characters.
maybe it's just the same side that busted the lamp.
No, well, no, that's the one
Yeah.
he leaves behind
Yeah.
Okay.
by accident. He meant to pick it up. And the way you could tell is when Raphael turns around to explain that he has lost his sai. This is back when well, let's when we get there.
I
I'll
lost
talk
a
about it.
side.
It's step one. This is where we get the reveal. Okay, that thing happens. April is saved by the cops.
After the thugs get tied up.
Yep. And even when that
Somehow.
cop pulls up and sees it, he's like, I thought I'd seen fucking everything.
Meanwhile, you've got Raph holding up the lid with his eye, and it's
Hoping that she would overlook it.
man.
He wanted that thing. He knew everybody did their job, everybody got back into the sewers, and then I think they got down the ladder and he was like, fuck. And he went back up, because he's also way behind when the other guys are walking, because he went back like, shit, I forgot my shit. And he opened up that sewer and figured out he can't get his shit. She took his shit.
Yeah, because she sees the Psy laying on the ground and she's like, that's weird. That's weird to see at a crime.
She sneaks it into her bag, and he literally is like, damn.
By the way, let's talk about that real quick. Damn. A lot of dams. It's really pushing that PG.
Comics.
Yep.
This was way more about being a comic book movie.
Right.
And at the time, comic book movies had just got the go-ahead to be dark.
Yep.
Batman happened.
Yep.
So it had just passed the census that people are looking for darker, grittier comic book movies. So they said, well, this is more comic book than it is cartoon. We're going to take some stuff from the cartoon, but this is a comic book movie.
Mm-hmm.
So they were allowed to make it dark and have the grittiness.
Damn. Because I kept hearing that, and I was like, God damn, you guys love that word.
That is his favorite cuss word.
Yep.
I don't even know if I can say that a cuss word.
Yeah, nowadays, no.
I know.
Yeah.
Back then, it was kind of close as you can get.
Damn.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Then we go to the introduction of the Turtles,
Where
the title comes up
Yep,
and they jump
come
out.
and they come around the corner. Yep.
This is our first introduction to all four Turtles.
I think
You
Donnie's
guys-
the first one that jumps out.
Mikey.
The first guy is. You sure it's not?
It's either Mikey or it's Leo.
I think it's Leo jumps first.
Awesome.
Yeah, because I think he.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's Leo, Mikey, then
Yeah,
Don.
it is. Yeah.
Because Don's in the back saying.
He's trying to figure out what to say.
Awesome.
Righteous.
Righteous. Bossa Nova.
They stop, like, what the fuck? Now stop and think about that. They had enough time to jump down there, say their words, stop, argue with Donnie, and Raph still hadn't caught up. Which means that he threw that side, they got their shit done, they went in, and Raph forgot the fucking thing and went back.
And it's literally, I even threw in the timestamp at it too for this. It's 5 minutes and 42 seconds in. If you pause it just fucking right, you'll see Donnie, eyeballs in the back. I was like, fucking what?
Yeah.
Again?
I seen it with Don all the time in this movie.
Maybe it was that mask did not.
It's the way they did all this is something they did with the Turtles. If you're really hardcore about this movie, every turtle looks different.
Yep.
Specifically different and has different facial animations that make them different from the rest of the turtles.
I think I know why you never saw anything from Leo. If you ever look at Leo, if you ever pay attention closely,
Leo's the thinnest.
Not only that, but Leo never does put his head back to laugh.
His mouth never opens that wide either.
Yeah.
Right. Now, Donnie's has got the widest mouth.
Yes, he does.
But he's also the biggest.
Wouldn't some of that also happen to Mikey? I mean, wouldn't it make sense for Mikey to be laughing that way too?
Yes.
I saw Mikey's actor once.
Now, Mikey, because Mikey's always fucking having his head back and shit. Like, because him and Donnie, everyone knows that Mikey's like the jokester and everything. But in this movie, Donnie was also partaking in the joking of stuff.
Yeah.
And they were doing the dancing and stuff. But Leo never did any of that.
No,
and
he
was
does
also
not. You're
he's
right.
also the leanest. Now, I never saw anything from Raph. There was one moment I thought I could where he's sitting on the couch.
I was in massive debate. I'm
I think there's like little bits here and there with Raph having some fun.
I'm almost positive. No. I mean, seeing
the actor.
I'm almost positive that one time on Raph, I thought I saw the actor one time. I know I seen it once with Mike. I don't remember seeing it even one time with Leo, and I seen it constantly with Donnie, all the time.
Yeah, Donnie has the creepy moment where, and I saw the eyes. I'm like, oh my god, dude! I even jumped for a second. I knew it was coming. I knew I've seen it before, and I jumped. And I was like, holy shit, that's scarier than a lot of horror movies.
So after the introduction, we get back to we go to the sewer, the
train
den,
the home sewer.
The train, isn't they? No, they're not living in the train station.
No, we're in the sewer
movie.
den.
That's the
We're in
second
the sewer
movie.
den. Okay. Now this is where I took my first major note. I was trying to analyze characters as we went through the movie. When Raphael turns around to explain that he has lost his sai,
I can get it back. I can get it back.
There's a very good chance that this is a character moment into one of the reasons Raphael is so mad. I believe that Raphael is experiencing a mass self-hatred and anger towards what he views as his own failure and inability to live up to the expectations of his father and possibly his brothers. Everybody went this night. Everybody went this night. Everybody fought the purple dragons. Everybody came home. The number one rule is stick to the shadows, strike hard and fast, and fade away without a trace. And he has to turn around in front of everybody. He didn't tell his brothers until it was brought up by his father, until that moment when he had to admit that he fucked up, and he said, I lost a sai.
Then it is gone.
Yeah, and Splinter tries to derail that like, that doesn't mean shit. Nobody can trace that back to us. And he's like, I can get it back. I can fix my fuck up.
Let it go.
Yeah, and everybody's trying to tell him, let it go. And even Don tries to be like, dude, that really doesn't mean anything. And like puts his hand on his shoulder and whatnot, trying to be like, look, man. And then they get into that fight because he also doesn't want to be patronized. As far as he's concerned, he fucked up. His fuck up, his problem, and he'll fix it.
Yeah, he wants to try and fix it, but
he doesn't want his brothers to come in and be like, look, dude, this really isn't a big deal. Because to him, this is a big fucking deal. Mikey didn't even fuck up tonight.
Yeah.
And Mikey, you would assume would be the first one to fuck up.
I'm the one that fucked up. Everybody went, everybody did their part, everybody had a big fight, and I'm the one that wasn't paying attention.
Raph's pride is quite high.
Yes.
Right.
Now, I know this doesn't happen until a little bit later in the movie, but I love it. When Splinter and Raph have that heart-to-heart moment, where he's like, you, my son...
I'll be talking about that. That's one of my big notes.
I'm not gonna, you'll explain it, what they said, but I love that moment because, to me, I know why they did it. Raph was the most popular turtle growing up. He was the rebel, the bad guy, the badass. He's the cool guy. He had the most character development, believe it or not.
There's a very good chance of that in terms of the cartoon and whatnot, because it's easy to focus on the whole anti-hard ass lone wolf hero shit. Mm-hmm. I actually think it's become a writer cop out lately.
Well, now it has, but remember, this is 1990. Back in 1990, it was cool.
Well, there's Peter Venkman. You figure he was before that.
Okay, yes.
And you figure there's...
Okay, there wasn't a lot of it.
No, it was becoming a trope by the time Raphael came around.
But shit, they've already done it like 3 times in Dragon Ball by then.
That's a true
and
statement.
just Dragon Ball, not even...
because you're talking... That's how fucking Yamcha's introduced.
Yeah. Yamcha's a bad guy at the start.
Yeah. Yamcha, Ten Shinhan, then Piccolo, then you get a fucking Vegeta.
Piccolo's whole crap still spills into DBZ.
Right, but still.
They were starting it.
But it becomes such a trope that you see it all the time. Like, when I was growing up, it was real cool the Green Ranger started as a bad guy.
Yeah.
But like... It's one of those things that as I grew up, I tended to like those characters, and now I see them as such a writing cliche that I really kind of despise them. Like when they introduced the first 5 or 6 guys, and they're like, this guy's the lone wolf, he's fucking conflicted, and I'm like, I don't give a fuck about that guy.
Yeah.
You like what you like.
Right.
I've never got out of that. Favorite character, Vegeta. Favorite character, Hiei. Favorite turtle, Raph. I don't know why. Venkman's my favorite ghost, but yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but everybody likes Venkman because he's the only one who's actually running around actually making wisecracks. Everybody else is trying to be serious.
But without Egon,
right.
They're not ghosts.
Ray.
Okay.
Really?
No, that's cool.
No, I've never found a Ray fan.
I'm happy for that.
No, for the Ghostbusters movie, Ray.
Okay, that's fine. Right. We were just mentioning
Winston needs love. Winston? Pick Winston.
Who is your favorite?
Pick
You're the one that I don't think is picked yet. All of a sudden, we're talking Ghostbusters.
It probably would still be Venkman, but again, only because of the fact that he knows he's being an asshole, just because he knows he's being an asshole. Like,
true.
when they're sitting around, like, especially, like, after they catch fucking Onion Head for the first time, Slimer for the uninitiated, but literally they catch him in the ballroom and they walk out and he's like, yeah, no, we caught him, he's a level 4 spectral, that's gonna be in fucking...
Egon
rubbing his fucking face, and he's like, that's going to be about
Egon.
$4,000.
Yeah.
And, and especially because, we're really having a sale right now.
Egon
so look
is
at all
throwing
rid
up
of that.
numbers.
And he looks over and he goes just, we need money, fucking do it.
We just fucked up like a four fucking, easily like a $10,000 hotel fucking room.
Yeah. Oh, what? You can't pay it? Don't worry. We'll just put him right back. Don't worry. We'll
Put
be
it right
back
in there.
Like that type
And
of
they
shit.
knew
It's like,
before
okay.
they walked out the door, the reason they were going to give the talking part to Venkman was because they knew that they just fucked up, and none of those guys in at the time was only
none of
three.
them are the car salesmen who can basically tell you,
Basically,
see this car that's going to explode? Buy it, 'cause it's the best thing ever.
Everybody brings something to the table, even Winston.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is the reason we're going this direction right now is because the turtles fall into this
Same
category.
thing.
Every
Without
turtle
all-
brings something.
Truth be told, none of the 4 turtles stand alone as a complete individual.
Yeah.
They're all like, if all 4 of these turtles were one guy, they'd be a real person.
Yep.
And that's how the trope works. That's how you build the
Your
team.
intellectual side, Donnie. Your discipline, Leo. I like to have fun.
Your excited emotions.
And then
the pissed off side.
in your anger.
Yep. Yeah, and your anger.
And then you're me from last night for moving fucking 2 apartments into one.
The soreness. That's after they got their ass kicked by the shredder.
So, well, technically that would have been Splinter, the fucking old man dying feeling.
Are we at the pizza?
We are
Yes,
not at the, no, we're not at the pizza
good,
yet.
because I
We're
wanna
not
talk
at the
about
pizza
that.
yet. We are, okay, after that happens,
Oh yeah.
They go back into the sewer and they see
we
Splinter.
go back and we're getting stuff from Splinter.
Yep.
We're getting our talk from
Do you
Splinter.
like what Turtle went up to him first? Usually, you know how Leo likes to, report? It was Donnie that reported.
No. Leo runs up, gets on his knees, and says, "We have had our first battle, Master
Oh, was
Splinter.
it? Okay,
there
I'm
were
sorry.
many, but we kicked." Oh wait, I'm talking to the Master here. We fought well.
Okay,
A second ago, we kicked ass, but we fought well.
okay, listen to me very carefully. I didn't tell you how I watched this movie.
Mikey looking through a phone.
I watched it on a phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have sworn it was Donnie.
Nope.
I'm not colorblind, but for some reason I thought it was purple, not blue.
That happens
don't worry.
a lot
Yeah.
in this movie.
Yeah.
That happens a lot. Which
Because
they knew.
originally I started watching it on my phone too, and then I remembered, oh wait, that's right, I downloaded the YouTube app for my PS4. Put that shit on the TV so it's at least a bigger, tiny screen.
Well, they knew it was like that, which was actually one of the reasons that they went in and modified every turtle to look different physically and facially, and gave them all, they make sure that every voice actor is dynamically different.
Right.
That was why. And then they gave specific facial functions to the animatronics that could not be repeated on the other turtles.
Right, now, but the thing about it was is I could have sworn it was a purple mask. So I thought it was Donnie that was excited.
Maybe because you only have 20% lighting in the whole fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to, but with Raph wearing the original color, red, and you always can see red.
Mostly.
But you saw the weapons, right? You saw the weapons on them.
Well, when
There were times that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
the thing about it is though, orange and red I can see fine. I never got Mikey and Raph mixed up.
Right.
But sometimes I would get Donnie
that's
and
also
Leo.
easier though too because we have Maniac Mikey as well. Hey, it's time for the field report. Fuck that, I'm ordering Domino's.
Yeah.
By the way, did anybody else do that? Because I went to that movie and I was like...
And no anchovies, bro. If I would see anchovies, whack!
Michelangelo!
And you got 30 seconds, dude.
30 minutes.
Or 30 minutes, dude.
I was about to say, nobody
30
gets...
seconds. What the
Damn,
fuck?
dude, you have high standards.
I flipped it the other way around.
This is 1990 Domino's. You ain't getting nothing in 30 seconds.
Right?
I want a hot and ready pizza
Shit.
brought to my motherfucking doorstep.
You better put that shit in my mouth.
I was about to say, shit, this is 2018. We still ain't got nothing like that.
We're going to get to a part later in April's apartment.
Yes, there are some important things happening there.
Yeah.
Okay, now look. Right after, that's where we go into the part where...
Raph takes off with his trench coat.
Raph, where are you going? I'm going to see a movie.
Okay, if that's where we are, during the scene where Raphael says he's going out to a movie...
Is that alright with you?
It triggers his anger.
I have a quick question real quick. You said that every turtle had a different voice actor that was dynamic, so you couldn't get him,
Yeah.
Did they try to give Raph a Brooklyn-type
Kind of,
accent?
yes.
Kinda, yes.
Okay.
It kind of triggers his anger. Okay? The trigger of anger seems to come from when Leonardo asks him where he is going. You could tell that Raphael feels like he's being questioned, while Leonardo honestly does not understand why he's being snapped at.
Yeah.
This is more credence to the idea that Raphael is experiencing a type of self-hatred.
Yep.
He's mad because he doesn't believe that he adds up to the other guys. He must, because look, everybody's having a good time. This has been their first battle. Even Master Splinter is willing to shake his head at the whole, whatever, they're kids, they're going to dance their music.
They're still teenagers.
Yeah. And he's
it's
just
time for meditation.
He's ready to leave.
And Splinter's like, fucking what?
This is like meditating.
And even Leo was going, yeah, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is
Kicking
nice.
over in the corner.
Yeah, I was like, the most disciplined turtle sometimes needs to.
And
Party
that's
down.
what I mean. So but Raph wants nothing to do with the celebration
Because he's still pissed off at losing the
Well,
side.
everybody-
he didn't earn that
Well,
celebration.
everybody
Yep.
knows that when you look at the black sheep of a family, Raph is the black sheep.
Right, but he didn't earn
No, he
the
didn't.
right to party.
No,
and
he
he really
right.
feels like that. The other turtles have already forgotten it. They're like, it's a fucking sigh. Like, it can't be traced back to us. It means something. It means nothing. We'll literally find another one in the sewers somewhere and make you something. It doesn't fucking matter.
To be fair, it could.
And even then, we know Raph is going to punish himself because of the scene a couple scenes from now.
Yeah.
How do they make this crap?
Oh, yeah, he goes to watch fucking Critters.
That's
movie.
something I got to bring up too.
Yeah.
Okay, so he goes out to the movie.
Yep.
Okay? Where do we go from there?
I think it's Donnie skateboarding in.
Donnie's skateboarding because then he stops off at Mikey and he's like, hey, Mikey, blah, blah, this, da, da, that, deep thoughts. And Mikey's, while he's chewing on an old popsicle stick.
Time's up. $3 off.
Yeah.
Nope.
No.
Mikey was not ignoring it, and he was not interested.
Yeah.
Mikey has an extraordinarily awful human flaw. Mikey is the kind of person that refuses to mature on purpose. He won't do it. His life is right here. This is where it is, and it should never fucking change. And when it does change around him, he finds ways to ignore it. He knows. He's not fucking blind. Splinter spends 80% of the day on the chair.
Yep.
That's the same guy that taught you to be a ninja. And you still respect the idea that he could whoop your ass.
Yep.
And he doesn't move much. He's fucking dying. But rather than deal with that situation realistically and know that that is coming, that it's time to kind of, at least if nothing else, acknowledge that life does change and push us in different directions, that question comes to him. Did you think about what Splinter said tonight? Because it never really crossed my mind, because Donatello's like, I've always kind of been busy in my own thing, learning technical manuals, things like that.
Splinter even
But
says,
like,
I'm not going to be around forever.
Yeah, he's like, it never really hit me until tonight, but Splinter makes a point. One day we're going to be without him. And Mike's like,
Pizza Dude's got 30 seconds.
Pizza Dude's like, yeah, he's like, that's nice. I'm real hungry over here. Like, he's purposely avoiding the reality of the situation.
I think he's listening, and I think it is turning in his head.
But I have multiple points here of why I know for sure he's avoiding the reality.
I think Mikey is a lot more intelligent than people give him credit for.
Well, he does have
Yeah.
intelligence, but
No, I don't. He doesn't have the intelligence like Donnie has.
Right.
But I think that he's actually a wise turtle, but he just doesn't show it much.
He is avoiding that situation specifically because of what I said. As long as he doesn't have to face it, it won't happen.
Yep.
And that's where his mind is.
Hold on. I have a dumb joke that's only good for the YouTube. Future Scott, you must change the business card. Now it's Don E. Turtle Super Genius. Go.
Got it.
God damn it.
Because I still got that image saved.
Yeah, I figured.
From that point, we do go on to
the guy comes with the pizza.
Yeah,
Well,
then
the
Domino's pizza.
Yeah, Mikey's actually.
We're gonna get there in a second, but when he's like down here, dude, you guys are like, what? He's like, just slip it down here, and he slips it down, and they exchange money into pizza, and then he starts walking away, and he's like, hey, this is a 10, the tab's 13.
You were 3 minutes late, dude.
He's like, come on, I couldn't find the place, and I don't remember.
Wise men says forgiveness is divine, but never pay full price for late pizza.
I gotta get a new route.
I couldn't remember the first part of
and
that.
that's Mikey talking to Mikey.
Yeah. That's literally, that's Mikey talking to Mikey.
Now, when they open that fucking pizza box, I gotta tell you something, man. I don't like Domino's pizza now.
I'd have ate the shit up out of that pizza that I seen in that box.
Yeah, no shit.
Okay, we're all different. I thought that looked disgusting.
No, that was fucking double cheese, and it had that fucking pole on it.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Splinter. He got it.
However, I don't know how it is that they requested a pizza to not be cut to be delivered. That's the only thing.
Yeah, how'd they get that pizza?
Yeah.
Because most places, like, even if you requested
almost every delivery pizza that you get is cut.
Yeah.
Domino's was like, fuck, we got another fucking order for those weird motherfuckers. Who? 122 and an 8? Oh, motherfucker. Give it to the new guy.
Yeah.
And don't fucking cut that pizza, because they always fucking call and complain that the pizza's like fucked up when they get it. Well, that's because when you fucking get there, you gotta fucking slip it through a manhole cover. It's fucking ridiculous. Then don't fucking cut it.
Who lives in a sewer?
I'm not asking questions. I'm just making money here.
The real question is who lives in a sewer but can order pizza? That's the real question.
Yeah, cell phones weren't really,
Look, homeless.
They got some payphone.
Look, the homeless.
Yeah, but I don't think they
individuals.
quite had the Zach Morris.
They got some
Yeah, but
payphone.
even so,
payphone.
every city has a problem with with homelessness and shit. They can live in the sewer. New York is no fucking different. How are they homeless but still have $20 to get a couple pizzas?
Oh, the turtles are not heroes. I don't give a fuck what you say.
They find money.
Yeah.
They find their money.
They don't find
They don't
shit.
find shit.
Well, they
They
find
just,
shit.
no,
but-
they just beat up fucking 6 purple dragons. Now they got money for pizza.
Yeah.
They're not the exact good guy heroes that everybody makes them out to be.
They're not stupid and oblivious to the fact that they need to eat to survive.
It's one of those things where it's one of those gray line things that they always try to fucking push on you where, you know, oh, well, they're evil and they're robbing from people, but I'm going to rob from the robbers because I just beat the shit out of the robbers and I need to get paid for it, and I ain't never going to get paid for being a vigilante.
And technically, when they kill somebody, guess what? They don't need that money.
It's true.
That's what I mean. The turtles are getting money because they're ordering pizza all the time.
Yeah.
But I think I brought this up with Domino's Pizza was being there, even though it was part of the original filming, although Pizza Hut is the one who did the marketing for the movie.
Yeah, Pizza Hut's the one that ends up promoting all of it.
You see that in the second movie, don't you, where there's like a Pizza Hut?
No, they started just filming
Like
random
an off-brand.
off-brand pizza place.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the reason why they started going to a pizzeria over in New York. We gotta go down and get a couple slices, yo.
Okay, so now we go to the part where they have the pizza.
Yep.
What do you guys have to say about the part where they're all sitting there at the table and they cut the pizza that somehow was delivered without being cut?
Well, Leo makes sure that he gets cut with his goddamn katana perfectly, by the way. He cut those with a katana better than a pizza cutter.
I'm going to bring something about this up later on.
Well, he not only cut them.
I can't.
Shane.
Yes.
I want you to stop and think
Oh,
about this.
no. If you're
They
thinking
threw a pizza into the air.
Yes.
He took 2 katanas.
Yes.
Cut them into perfect 8s.
The new Turbo
And
Ginsu.
managed to direct
it
their
slices,
flight.
It dices. It makes cold
Yeah,
cuts in 3 different...
that part doesn't
Oops.
impress me. The part that impresses me is they threw it in the air.
He
He
pulled out
was able to cut it into perfect 8s and direct the flow of physics to every plate it needed to land on.
And
around
Splinter's
their table.
head.
Yeah, except Splinter's
And then
head.
he screwed up. Look, he's not perfect.
No, by no means is he perfect.
He's way better than you'll ever be. But I mean, he makes a mistake every now
Well,
and
let's
then.
be real. He's the
I
only.
don't know.
He's the only one that can do that.
Somebody go get
Yes.
somebody take
Mikey.
$1,000, go to Papa
Well, no.
Murphy's, get some pizzas. We'll test this. I got a couple katanas at home.
Hey Donnie, cut this pizza with your bow staff. Hey, Mikey, crazy Mikey, can you cut it with your nunchuck?
Maniac Mikey. And he'll skin you with his nunchuck, so I'm pretty sure he can cut that pizza no problem.
There is a point in this movie we're going to talk about in depth.
Critters?
Oh, hold on. We're still there.
Okay.
Yeah.
The scene where the turtles sit down to eat pizza proves exactly why this may be one of the very best superhero movies or comic book movies, and definitely is the best Ninja Turtle movie ever made. They want you to put belief in this as being possible. They want you to put it into a real-world aspect and sell it to yourself. Donatello did not need to be a technophile with 17 computer monitors and 1,000 different forms of technobabble to be the smartest guy in the group.
Yep.
Raphael did not have to be the bodybuilder or a completely different breed of turtle in order to sell him on the idea that he was the distant one from the brothers. Leonardo does not need to be an avid pursuer of Japanese culture and discipline in order to be the leader. And Michelangelo does not have to be an overly goofy or ridiculous member of the team in order to be sold as the lighthearted member of this group. It is also important to realize that everything they have has been scavenged and collected. Even the area where they live is not secure, as behind them during the pizza scene you could see that their ceiling is leaking, causing puddles around their table. There's garbage everywhere, and most everything they have has been collected from garbage cans.
Yep.
It has most certainly been things that were thrown away. I can easily believe that this world exists and that these turtles are in it. And by Ninja Turtles 2 and 3, everything we have built here in the first movie will be destroyed.
Yep.
When I watched that scene, I rewound it and watched it twice. And the reason is because during that scene, they show you different camera angles of the people at the table.
And the
And you
background.
can see their entire living space.
Yep.
And it's all garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Their TV is garbage. Their couch is garbage. There's wet crap on the floor. They can't really clean it. Because when they clean it, the ceiling just like leaks grossness.
Actually, you see it too when they come back from farm and you
Yeah.
have that Donatello and Michelangelo pizza thing. You see some in the background there too.
the place is constructed from things they found.
Garbage! From King Garbage of the Garbage Dynasty! Stupid dog always bringing garbage into my house!
Return the slab.
What's your offer? We actually watched that episode last night. I forgot I had the old Cartoon Network 4-pack.
So good. Yeah, like, this blew me away. I watched that scene, like, twice, all the way through, and paused it at every single turtle to look at the background, and was mesmerized by the amount of detail that was put into something we never even get to see.
Yep.
I looked around. I saw what they were living in. I couldn't be down there.
Now, go to Turtles 2,
Yeah, they have the fucking train, the abandoned train station.
and then in Turtles 3, that abandoned train station looks even more ridiculous, bright, and happy.
Yep.
Then you go to Turtles
No,
4, and they have something ridiculous.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen, I haven't
Like
seen-
it's
It's been a while
ridiculous.
since
There's
I've
all
seen
kinds
it,
of
but yeah, he's
technology all over it and shit.
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's
It seems like it's back into the sewer area though, not quite in the.
It is and
train
it
station.
isn't. It's basically
The
it's an
subway station.
offshoot of the subway station that is still partially sewered.
But they've
But-
rebuilt it and
Yeah.
added all this technology and crazy shit and vans and elevator shafts and
Yeah.
stuff that couldn't possibly be possible.
Yeah.
And then
That
you
way
go
the-
into the Michael Bay movies, and look, you can love those movies or hate them, but realistically, one of the things that Michael Bay messed up on is in the design of the Turtles, he wanted to give personality to the Turtles. And the way he decided to do it was to overdo it. Everything in that movie is overdone. Like you go to Donatello and they're like, he's a real smart guy. He's kind of a technophile. He turns around, he's got like 17 computer monitors and glasses and some magnifying lens thing with a backpack with shock resistors and all kinds of crazy shit. And he's like, I fucking got it on. I'm over here with my fucking setup that you couldn't even possibly afford, and I made it from garbage.
Not only that, but look at his shell.
That's what I mean.
Look at all the crap that's on his shell.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Pack?
Like, it makes no sense. It doesn't sell the character for me. In fact, it removed me from the idea that this was taking place in the real world.
Yeah.
What took me out of the moment was the fact that they decided that Raph needed to take a bunch of steroids.
I mentioned that just now, that Raph had to be like a different breed of turtle.
He was a fucking and now you saw the new Cartoon Network shit. He is an enormous fucking turtle.
Yeah, it's Nickelodeon.
What did I say?
You said Cartoon Network. It don't matter.
Oh.
None of this matters.
It's garbage
talking
anyway.
about garbage
It's garbage anyway.
Right.
Isn't garbage what their house is made out of? Oh.
I like the fact that they didn't put glasses on Donnie either.
It just blew me away. Everything
It works.
Like, the more this movie is old. Okay.
There are people that when I was at work and I was like, I gotta watch the '90s Turtle movie, and one of the guys I work with, you're talking about the good one, right?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, the good one. The only one that really fucking matters in my book.
There's a reason that this movie has survived the test of time.
Okay, Turtles 2, it's a fun watch.
It's a good fun watch.
Is it better than the first? No.
It's a guilty pleasure. That movie is awful.
I just like it.
It's good because you were a kid and it was fun and it's still kind of fun. That movie is awful.
It's kind of like rewatching the Turbo movie.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun because of how much we grew up with it and we can laugh at it now.
Yeah.
But it's an awful, awful movie.
But it's terrible.
An awful movie.
Tommy and the Snake.
Yeah.
Yes.
I will watch Tommy fight that snake. And I will laugh my ass off and have a good time at a movie that is awful.
It's like the person who claims to be an intellectual, but their favorite thing is like fucking trashy reality TV or those stupid fucking reality game shows like fucking Big Brother and fucking Survivor. It's all a bunch of stupid horse shit. Nobody fucking cares. But I can't take my eyes away because it's such trash that it allows my brain to shut the fuck off for like an hour and a half so I don't have to think thoughts.
Also, I would like to add, fucking.
Hold on, where's my list at? That's, I think that's 372 you've done that to me now?